Good morning. Welcome, everyone. So everyone knows the forestry is going downhill. We're shutting down mills, we're shutting down pulp mills. What we've suggested is it's our territory, Simpcw territory. Put us in charge of permitting, put us in charge of taking care of our lands, as we have been doing for over 10,000 years. They didn't come talk to us about permitting. They didn't come talk to us up here in the north about the old growth. So they're focusing on Vancouver and Victoria and the nations down there, where up here in the north we don't have a say. We should have a say. We should have a say about the permitting. It should be up to us. I think we should be the ones doing the permitting and not the government. Because as it is now, when they get a permit, it's got to go to, they get a permit, they review it, goes to a lawyer, goes back, they review it again, goes back to another, like it's just, mills are shutting down. We need to find an economy, which is forestry, to keep the north going.
I do agree. That was a very historical meeting yesterday with government and industry in the room. All of our towns and communities rely on the forest industry and have for a lot of years now. It's been the #1 driving economy in BC. It's got to a point where we as First Nations need to step in and start exercising our right to manage our territories and be involved in decision making. Forestry is the hardest ministry for us to be joint decision makers. We have a government to government relationship where we're talking about being brothers and walking on two legs together, and it's not so. We're still stuck under the thumb of government and having them hide behind their policies that have kept us as First Nations from participating in decision making and truly benefiting in the economy. And the government needs to do better. And I think the better way forward is allowing us to take over the permitting within our territories, allowing us to exercise our rights as title holders, to manage the lands as we see fit and make those decisions with government. We don't need NGO groups coming in and telling government what they want and how they want things done on our territories unless they work with us as a First Nation. Policy is choking out the forest industry. We can move things a lot quicker than government to protect the land and our land base. We have lots of things that show good examples of how we make good partners and neighbors. I said we signed MOUs with every one of our licensees so that we have that working relationship. And then if we do have issues, there's a dispute resolution process in there so that we can resolve those and move forward in a good way. Industry is doing a pretty good job. It's just government is not treating us like title holders. And that's what we're here today, is to make sure we let industry know that we make good partners, we make good allies, and we want to support you because we see the value and the need for the forest industry to continue moving forward. We also see that we need to make it sustainable, that we need to slow down a bit and get away from 1 or 2 big crews and go back to 4 or 5 small man crews in doing a better job in protecting the land. Production might drop a bit, but those issues can be dealt with if we're managing the forest in a better way. Government's lack of permitting is creating more uncertainty and the industry isn't stable. We're close to a collapse within BC. This one-size-fits-all approach from Victoria spread out to the province has to stop. We want to be there for industry, working with government to make things sustainable.
So BC, the northern, is like 69% of BC is the north, and it's forestry. And I don't know what the government's thinking. Like you shut us down. Where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna get our pulp? We'll have to buy it from the States. Like it's at a critical stage, and it's not just the forestry. If you look at the domino effect that will happen to the north, to BC, the heart of BC is the north. Like one permit is for us in our own territory, in our own forest, has been sitting on someone's desk for 92 days. They do not understand seasons, unfortunately, down in Vancouver, Victoria, because they get mild winters. All the loggers here in the north that work within our territory, and Canfor and Carrier, all of these mills depend on these permits for our loggers to get out to keep the mills going. We have a lot. We have a lot of fiber. Just look at our territory. You can go to Google Maps, look at our territory. We know what we're doing. We know how to manage our forests. Basically what we're saying is we want control. We know how to keep people working and still manage our forests. Is one, protect the forest, protect the animals, still make a living at it.
There isn't anything we can't do in the forest industry that government does. We have RPFs hired, we have biologists, we have the capability to write, sign off, and approve permits. On our end, we're 100% competent. I wouldn't be making statements if I didn't have faith in my staff's ability to make this happen. The big issue, some of this stuff is shared area. We're dealing with that. We're having that discussion on bringing certainty within the Robson on our boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
But it comes down to doing the right thing for the rest of the province. Ensuring that the rest of the province is taken care of, listened to, heard, and worked with. But due to the 204 First Nations in the province, they say we can't consult them all. That's not my issue. You can come and consult with us. You can come and consult with progressive First Nations that want to give security and stability. But we're the ones expected to bend over and break our backs for the best interest of the public, when what we're trying to do is actually what is in the best interest of the public, and that's bring stability to this province.